Hey guys, Rimjaner here, going to be bringing you another cast. This is going to be a Zerg versus Terran on the map Shakura's Plateau. Again, this is going to be a longer game as we see here. This is a 26-minute game. But it's a game where it's a late game Zerg versus Terran game where I'd like to show you that on this map in particular, where I've had a lot of trouble when Terrans in late game have 3 bases or even 4 bases, and they start putting tanks on these ridges. Just because I am building infestors and lings, and my upgrades for my mutas aren't that strong, and transitioning into a mutaling game isn't the best choice, just because their marines by that time will be at least 2-2, almost dotting 3-3. So what you want to do is not let them get these ridges here, and if they do, you want to be dropping around his base or Nydusing, and that's what you'll see this game. For some reason, I thought I was playing a Zerg person. I can't remember why. It's because that's why I put down my 15 pool, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not used to not 15 pooling, not hatch firsting against Terran. So I'm going to put down a hatchery at 16 and just do my Protoss build. And I guess he missed me here, and I was able to put down a hatchery there, as we see. And I'm just going to go into a normal game. My normal build. I'm still not going to take any gas, even though I did hatch pull first, and I'm a little behind on that on this point, but that's okay with me. He's going to go factory and put down and spew out some Hellions off this reactor. And I did go up the ramp, and I did see that that was pretty key that I went up that ramp. I did see this command center building over here, even though you really can't. I didn't get to click it, but you can tell it's a command center by seeing that. So with that, I'm going to take a quick third, and hopefully he doesn't see that, and I will build some spines there, as he will have map control when these Hellions do come out. So I'm still going to continue to drone up, get 40 supply, then still then take all 4 gases and build some Evo chambers with 4 queens defending, and 1 spine crawler here. So all my gases are taken, and I will just still continue to drone up, as he is going to move out with these 4 Hellions here. Alright, so he's going to come there, and I'm going to make sure they don't run up the ramp. I'm going to put 1 queen on the ramp here, inject over there, and just do my best to make sure that he doesn't get into my base. And as you see here, I do have my third up, and I will build a spine over here, just because my queens won't be able to get over there in time, and my creep isn't attaching my bases yet. Evo chambers here, and I will be getting my upgrades, link speed, and so on. As you see here, he is going into regular play, essentially marine tank, and probably throw some medevacs in there as well. So he's kind of in his transition here, just building some defense and building more workers. Check our income tab here. I'm ahead of him by just a few workers, and he's catching up, but I am on 3 bases now, and he is about to realize that, and I'm going to defend this. And eventually he's going to have to push out and try to take that third, just because I'm going to be far ahead in economy once I make this next round of drones. So I have transitioned into infestor, ling infestor build, but recently I've been going into mutas first. I am going to build maybe 8 to 10 mutas, and I'm not going to commit to them. I'm still going to commit to my infestor ling build, but I'm finding at this point in the game, before you can actually get Thors or a lot of Vikings, Mutaling, Baneling is a good choice to make, and I did see him pushing across the map there. So he's going to set up shop here, and let's hold this down. I'm going to build a few Banelings. I don't know if I have Baneling speed yet. Yes, I do. And a few Mutalisks. I do have these spines here, which will hold them for the time being. And what I'm going to do is come in here from behind with my Mutalisks and try to pick off these tanks, then come in with my Lings and Banelings. My Lings are 1-1, so they will withstand an extra tank shot. And he's going to throw in 3 tanks there, and I didn't even see that 3rd tank right there. I only thought there were 2, actually, just because it's very hard to see that 3rd tank. He's going to shell away at these, and until my mutas pop out and I have enough, I won't engage that. And that's obviously one thing you should remember as a Zerg player. You don't always have to engage until you are ready. So I'm going to come in here, and then when he does come out to kill my Nydus, I'm going to bring my banelings in and do my best to clean up the rest. I'm going to pick off these tanks. I didn't realize that third tank there, and for some reason I left it. And it isn't going to be able to shell away on my Zerglings. He does have a few Marines there. I do have one Spine Crawler. He should have just came in and tried to do as much damage, but I guess I could have moved these drones away anyway. And once those banelings are set, or when they are, I don't know if they are yet, no. I will come in and finish him off. As we see here, I am ahead by 9 harvesters, and I probably will drone up again just to saturate this third base. If we check our production here. Yes, I did build some more drones, and I'm going to build a macro hatchery. Essentially, for every 2 bases, you should have 1 macro hatchery. As we see here, I'm going to push out to the middle, and I know he's not on 3 bases, as I can see that there, and I do have the tower here, and I can see that he doesn't have his bases here. Although he could have hid one over there, I did check out my mutas. Alright, so as we see here, not committing to the muta build, he is forced to build a lot of turrets, and sometimes Terrans overcompensate with the amount of turrets they make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turrets, right there. So he did build a lot. He didn't overcompensate, I guess, but sometimes people do. And essentially, I am already transitioning into my infestor play, as I do have pathogen lands upgraded, and I probably will be making some infestors very shortly. I'll have 6 gases mining, and I probably will take my 4th, as I know he is taking this base here. And so as Zerg, you definitely want to always stay 1 base ahead of a Terran player. I am getting my +1 and +2 attacks, and I will be getting a hive very shortly. Essentially, once you're on 3 bases, you should have a hive. They're not that expensive, and essentially any 2-base hive play isn't really efficient, as you don't have enough money to really gas to be building any hive units. So he's going to build a PF over here, and he's on 3 bases, and I am taking my 4th. We can check the income tab, and it's 72 over 64 workers, so I am still quite ahead. I believe I'm mining 6 gases, and he's going to be ahead of me because he's mule, so he will be mining more minerals than me, but I will have a larger gas-based army than he does. But I am taking my 4th, as you see. So I'm going to keep up with my injects, have 1 queen on every base, and when the 4th goes up, I would probably build another hatchery. As I said, every 2 bases should have 2 macro hatcheries. In the late game, I actually like building a macro hatchery here, as I can just get my reinforcements out even quicker. Throwing down a few more spines just for defense, and I probably will get Ultralisks and a Greater Spire when this is done. I should probably be pushing out right now because my army is much stronger than his, and this is where I believe I could take that army with my army here. But this is where it gets difficult when they actually start, when Terran players actually start putting their tanks up on these ridges here, and I believe he probably will do that. I should start, maybe next time I play, I'm going to start putting Banelings in on the middle of the map here, just because it's pretty sneaky. And he's going to move out to the middle here. And we're going to and there we go. I'm going to speed this up, start pushing here, and he's probably going to put some tanks on this ledge here. There we go, picking up some tanks and putting them on the ledge. And unless you do have a lot of mutas, this is a very hard build to stop, and he is at 1-1, possibly upgrading to 2-2, as yes, he is there. Alright, so I'm going to come in with and try to Nydus in his base over here, but he will see that, and he's going to take that out with his workers. So that failed. And by seeing that, I'm going to go into a Greater Spire, and there's my Ultralisk Cavern. Should build a Greater Spire very shortly. Let's speed this up. There, Greater Spire, and then there's my extra macro hatch. As I said, every two bases, you should have a macro hatchery. Alright, so I'm going to come over here and just try to pick off what I can with this army. As I am maxed out, I should just be trading armies here. Throw fungals down and attack with those Bailings there. And do my best to pick this off. I did pick off all the guys on the ledge and most of his tanks. He does have 2 tanks left, although he does have a lot left, even though... But I did trade armies there, and I am remaxing out. Just so you know, when I did attack there, I didn't just A-click. It's always... you want to click first, obviously A-click first, then select all your banelings, and make sure you run your banelings into the Marines, and then send a few highlights of Zerglings, handfuls of Zerglings at each set of tanks, and then throwing fungals down at the same time. And also I had my mutas up here, so I just wasn't just A-clicking, although it may look like it. There was a lot of actions that happened when I did do that. And I still have this Overlord over here, and I did make 8 Broodlords, 8 Corruptors, which will be going to Broodlords. So what I'm thinking right now is that I'm going to push out with these Broodlords to take the front here, and he's taking his 4th there, as I am going to Nydus him at the same time. As you see here, my Nydus is full of these Banelings, or Zerglings at least, with the crack upgrade, I believe. Yes, with the crack upgrade. So they are very strong. So I'm going to push out here, and while he's being distracted, as I will go to his view, I am pushing out with these Broodlords, and you can see here I do have a Nydus Canal building, but he has no clue because he is being distracted by these Broodlords. Again, you gotta run your Banelings into the Marines. I did a bad job there because I am microing over here with these Zerglings into his base. Alright, so I did kill most of his army here, and he will finish these Banelings, but I will be rallying all my bases. I should fix it. All my bases into this Nydus Canal, and Lings with crack upgrade are very strong against buildings, and he is at 3-3 himself. But Lings with the crack upgrade, like I said, are very, very strong and can just demolish buildings, and I am still going to build Banelings back over here. And he is still attacking me. I'm going to make sure he can't really do too much damage. He does have a lot of medvacs over here, and probably could have killed me. Those Marines really, I mean, Zerglings weren't doing much to those Marines, but I'm still going to be sending all my units to that Nydus Canal, which will just be emptying units all over here. And he's going to come in with these Marines and try to do as much damage, and I am going to build some Zerglings here, which should take care of the Marines if these Spycrawlers don't themselves. As you see here, I'm going to take out as much of his production as I can. I'm just emptying out more and more Zerglings, as you can see. If we check our production, I'm going to make a bunch of Ultralisks, and I will be following these Zerglings into the Nydus Canal. Alright, as you see here, I am taking out most of his production, even though he is on 4 bases. He did save all his SCVs. He is not going to be able to build any units, so he starts building some extra production down here. And essentially I am in his base, overrunning it. He's getting one guy out at a time, and is unable to make that bio-tank ball. Can't get in the right position to defend these lanes, even though he does have better upgrades than that. And eventually Ultralisks will come out of this Nydus Worm. I don't even know how they fit, as a Nydus Worm is... Ultralisk is much bigger than a Nydus Worm, but they're going to come out and wreak some havoc and damage and whatnot out here. And I'm going to build some more Banelings into another Nydus Worm just in case. And as you see here, my Lings are just overrunning his whole army. And eventually he will have to GG once again. There we go. And I'm Ranger, signing.